Live from Austin, Texas, with host Rosie Newberry. Local trends, shopping, and more. This is Studio 512.
Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Studio 512. Have your friends try to lure you into one of those silly ice baths? Well, maybe they have a point. Dr. Jessica Tranquina, the founder of Generator Athlete Lab, is here to talk to us about the latest science because she's really into this stuff on cold exposure. Dr. Jess, good morning.
Good morning, Rosie. Great
what
to
do
be
we
here.
mean by cold exposure? I told you, you were like, what do people know? And I was like, my people who don't go to the gym every day are aware now that there are some benefits to cold exposure, but what it actually means by definition and how we should be doing it and what the benefits therein might be, this is what we want to hear from someone who has a PhD.
Thank you so much. And you know I nerd out on this stuff. It's my life's work. That's my background, physical therapy. Passion is wellness. So it's a joy for me to share anything that I learn here with you all, if it can help you in any way. Cold exposure is simply the act of exposing oneself to cold. Water is a greater thermal conductor than air. So if you go outside, it's 45, 50 degrees, it's brisk. You go inside water, that's 45 or 50 degrees, you're really cold. It penetrates 25% greater than air.
I didn't know that.
So yeah, we'll start there. So what I mean
Makes
by
me think of the Titanic.
yeah, it must have been really cold.
Jack was really cold.
He was cold.
Okay.
So yes, so in for all intents and purposes, today we're going to be talking about thermal conducting. So water penetration, cold plunging, cold showers, specifically cold plunging because we're in that thermal layer for several minutes.
And so 3 minutes is kind of like
I like that. That's
the ding the bell.
Yes,
I
ding the bell.
tried once, y'all. I did get in the thermal ice bath or whatever, and my brain exploded. And I got back. No, I didn't. I didn't stay. My friend was breathing deeply. He got through all 3 minutes beautifully. It was incredible to watch, but I was
Rosie,
shivering
I will
outside.
talk you through your first cold plunge, and you will make it 3 minutes.
Okay.
Because you will hear the benefits that I've researched and cited here, and you'll say to yourself, you know what, that's worth it. I'm going to do that.
Okay, let's talk
So
about
let's run
the
through
first benefit, which is reducing inflammation. A big one for, ex-athletes, anybody who's starting to age, our diets, that sort of thing.
Delayed onset muscle soreness. We're all trying to work out. It's a simple act of decreasing inflammation. Joints, any kind of injury, and inflammation from anywhere. It is the most potent way to decrease inflammation naturally.
Wow, okay, all right. How about improving mental health? This one was a surprise to me.
That one's my favorite one, and it's going to that one's also going to tie into some hormones and immune function. So I might talk about all those three together. The mental health benefits are so vast. The moment you get into a cold plunge, you elevate cortisol, actually, which is not great. It's your epinephrine, your norepinephrine, your fight or flight, your sympathetic nervous system. But then once you stay in it for a few seconds, you calm down. You go into the parasympathetic nervous system, and your body goes into rest and digest. And that is where you've got this triple effect happening. The number one, we talked about the immune system. The immune system boost, mental health, we'll talk about too, but let's talk about immune system. It releases white blood cells, leukocytes. The white blood cells go out and they kill all the damaged tissue. At the same time, concurrent to all that, endorphin, serotonin are increasing. That's your mental health, your
good
mood.
stuff. Yep.
And then people are like, oh, but I've heard it's bad for my hormones. I'm a woman. Yeah, it's bad for your hormones if you get in a 30-degree tub for 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's going to mess up your hormones because it is going to tax your cortisol, which it's a physiological stress response, right? We're stressing out in there. Not if you're in 45 to 59 degree water for 3 minutes. That's not going to affect you long term. In fact, the benefits for your hormones will be far outweigh.
Okay, we are going to touch a little bit more on the women's health piece of this as we go along, but let's talk about, you touched on our immune system. How about cardiovascular health as well?
Absolutely. Another benefit I will never give up, the heart health. So how can you make your heart stronger? It pumps. How can you make it pump? Vasodilation and vasoconstriction, narrowing and widening of your vessels. How do you do that? Exposing yourself to extreme temperatures.
Okay.
Bump, 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 bump. And then your heart has to flex like a muscle does, and it gets stronger.
You can sell me on anything. Dr. Jess is so passionate about what she does. Okay, and then let's kind of tie all that together when we're talking about hormonal health, mental health, specifically for women, because basically you hear from a lot of clients and folks who are coming to you now and saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm starting to hear maybe cold exposure isn't good for ladies.
Yes, and I love Dr. Stacy Sims. I will follow her and follow her research. She has put out, oh, this is really tough for women, and women maybe shouldn't be doing cold exposure. I disagree. I'm going to debunk that a little bit, because I do believe, first of all, listen to your body. If that day you don't want to do it, doesn't matter what protocol I give you, don't do it. Right? We're very sensitive and know what our bodies need. That said, if we bump that notch up a little bit to the upper 40s and high 50s and decrease our exposure down to 3 minutes, and we do that 2 to 3 times a week, the benefits far outweigh anything. And you're not taxing your hormones too much. In fact, you're balancing your hormones.
Okay, interesting. And I'm glad you brought up the word protocol, because that's something that y'all use at Generator Athlete Lab. So talk to me about, as a co-founder of this space, what it is y'all aim to do.
We aim to have a science-backed protocol, taking the thinking out of any kind. You don't have to think about anything when you come in. It's a protocol that you do, 30 minutes in the sauna, 3 minutes in the cold, 3 minutes in the hot, where we contrast back and forth for 3 rounds. We have compression, lymphatic compression, vibration, and red light therapy, all proven in a science-backed way to do all the things we just talked about: decrease inflammation, improve heart health, longevity, immune function, hormone health, mental health.
So is this for, folks who are athletes? Could this be for the everyday person?
That's who we primarily see.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better.
That's seriously, that's why I do it these days. And so when I heard all that research for women, I said, were you kidding? That's what gets me through my day.
Okay.
Is the cold exposure. It helps my mental and it balances my mood. So it's tremendously beneficial for me personally.
And if you just want to start, right, you can just run your shower cold right at the end of it.
That's what I tell people. Do a contrast shower. Okay. Cold, hot. Just start there and see how you feel.
And eventually you'll work up to those 3 minutes. Let's try. Okay, and just real quickly, a quick way to calm ourselves that is science-backed.
Science-backed,
and you don't have to talk yourself into it. It's all just physical.
Less than 5 seconds, fun fact. You do it unconsciously in your sleep. Dogs do it right before they go to sleep. It's going to be a double inhale with an exhale. We'll do it together. And it is the quickest science-backed way to calm both your body and your mind. Let's do it together.
Okay.
We're in.
Oh, that feels really good. Dr. Jess, you're so great. Thank you so much. Guys, learn more about Dr. Jess's work and book a day pass or a tour at generatorathletelab.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored on behalf of Purina by Tips on TV.
The Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge is back for, believe it or not, its 28th year, bringing together extraordinary canine athletes from across the country. And now they're launching a new show called A Different Breed to take fans behind the scenes of canine sports. Sports, of course, aren't just for humans. Some of the most exciting athletes compete on 4 legs. This premier competition showcases the amazing speed, agility, skill of dogs and their handlers as they compete in thrilling events. So joining us today, our champion dog trainer, Amanda Fleck, along with her friend Declan, and veterinarian Dr. Ruth Ann Lobos, and we're happy to have them all here. So Amanda, we're gonna start with you. What is the Incredible Dog Challenge, and what makes it so darn unique?
The Incredible Dog Challenge is a premier canine performance competition powered by Purina Pro Plan. The competition features incredible athletes that showcase their skills in duck diving, flying disc, agility, and surfing. Declan and Groot compete in the diving dog, and it's about trust, teamwork, and celebrating how amazing our dogs can be with the right training, care, and nutrition. Purina Pro Plan.
Sometimes when I see those slow-mos of dogs like leaping in the air, unbelievable what they can achieve. Okay, Dr. Lobos, I want to hear about the new docuseries, A Different Breed, that actually has launched recently. What can viewers expect?
Yeah, so A Different Breed is our new docuseries, like you said, 9 episodes streaming on Amazon Prime Video, and it takes viewers behind the scenes of the elite world of canine sports. It follows 18 extraordinary dogs and their handlers as they train, compete, and chase greatness at the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge. But even more than that is it showcases the transformative power of that human-animal bond and how just the right dog can completely rewrite a person's story in the best of ways.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat now. Amanda, you brought up Declan, and Groot is your other dog as well. Let's talk about what the training is like for these little hounds and how owners can take inspiration from what it is you do.
So Declan here and Groot actually have been trained in my home backyard pool, and we combine that with other exercises to help keep them in top condition. We also go to a local dock and pool that is a competition dock and pool, and we do training there and competition there as well. But any breed, any dog, any size can do this. It's just all about having fun with your dog.
Oh, that's nice to hear. Dr. Lobos, I have to hear what it takes to compete at this level. I'm guessing there's a lot of time and energy involved.
Certainly time and energy and passion and commitment, because these are true canine athletes. They're twisting and turning and leaping and jumping with precision and power, but really foundational to all of that is solid nutrition. But the Incredible Dog Challenge isn't just about winning. It's really about that bond between the dog and their human. And every achievement is a true team effort because it's going to combine that great training, that solid nutrition, and then a healthy dose of the love of the sport, and you've got your champion dog.
Oh, and I think you were about to say, Amanda, if I heard you right, that's an understatement, right?
Yes.
Well, I know you're working hard. So, Amanda, how can we catch the excitement of the Incredible Dog Challenge?
The Western Regionals of the Incredible Dog Challenge will air on NBC on Sunday, August 31st at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will be available to stream on Peacock the next day.
And certainly catch our docuseries, A Different Breed, that's streaming on Amazon Prime Video and gives you a peek behind the scenes at these incredible dogs.
Sounds good to me, y'all. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored on behalf of Purina by Tips on TV. Welcome back, everybody. Fall is just around the corner. We're keeping things interesting for you here this morning, and the seasonal colors are part of what makes this time of the year truly special. Joining us now with tips on the most stunning autumnal locations across the country is travel expert and crafting expert as well, Adina Anderson. She is a leaf peeper just like I am. Adina, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and we're going to get a little leaf peeping closer to us than usual because of the dry, droughty type temperatures that we're getting. So we'll talk about that.
All right, I'm interested to hear it. Just earlier this last week, I was on the horn with your friend Jennifer Broom, and we were talking about Vail, Colorado. That's actually the first place you want to mention to me today.
It is, yeah. So I was with Jen, and I had to throw it in there because it was the first time I've ever been to Vail. So
I haven't been, yeah.
It was beautiful. So I'm only going to mention it real quick because I know that she was on here mentioning, but I had to mention it because the drive up. Just the drive to Vail, the leaves that you're seeing. We stayed at the Sitzmark, which was beautiful. You can see it from our room. I mean, everywhere we were was absolutely amazing. And the creek in the back, and you can start seeing on the mountains that the leaves were changing. And we just saw all this absolutely beautiful, just the vibrant colors were popping through. And I don't know if you can see a little bit in that corner, but it was amazing. And what Jen was telling me, and I think she mentioned it to y'all, is that because of the droughts and the drier temperatures.
I was going to say, not here.
No, well, Lost Maples is going to get a little more color this year.
Okay,
so because of all the dryness there. But the food we ate was amazing.
It looks gorgeous.
Went to Sweet Basil. We went to Mountain Standard. We went to this amazing little sushi bar. And you can't, sushi, Vail, Colorado, so good.
Really?
So good, yes.
Because landlocked.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And the boutiques were amazing. And we saw people fishing, and it was great.
I'm thinking that it's a good opportunity to go because kids are back in school, right? So you'll save a little money. But also, ski season hasn't happened yet.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're going to skip some crowds.
The best time to go to these places. You're going to get better pricing on the hotels, and you're going to have a nice little drive without all that traffic.
Yay, sounds good to me. Because the traffic in Austin right now is so bad, it makes me want to book a trip. Okay, Railroads of Colorado, speaking of not having to operate my own vehicle, I am so enchanted by the idea of a train. Talk to me about this.
So I work with Southwest Adventure Tours. I think I've mentioned that before. I do a lot of their guided tours, and we have one called Railroads of the West, and it goes all through Colorado. You're going to hit 5 different railroads. This one is Pikes Peak. You're also going to hit Durango Silverton. You're going to hit Royal Gorge. This is me and my friend Tracy. We met some. What was cool is you're sitting right with people, so you meet people on the train, and I've become friends with these people. They're from Indiana, and we stop and say hi when we're going through. So it's kind of a cool little thing that you get to do. The train ride, I think, took about an hour to get up there. This is the view on the way up. And one thing I want to mention, when you are traveling, dress for all occasions. Because in the summer, they get snow. So, July.
This was the summertime?
July.
Wow.
I know, who knew? Yes.
Well, you're changing elevation quite a bit, aren't you?
Exactly. And that's a good tip, too. If you're driving up there, we drove up, or, we took the train up, and then I drove home. And once I hit Amarillo, that altitude sickness hit me. So take your time, maybe stay an extra night in the altitude before you come home. A little quick tip there.
That is a really good tip. Okay. And then we can talk a little bit maybe about custom trips. If somebody just wants to get on the road with the family and not necessarily do something that's specifically on the map, what would be some suggestions you have?
Definitely. Well, again, with Southwest Adventure Tour, they do custom trips, but also you could create your own. I love going to upstate New York and Lake Placid and Finger Lakes, and the colors are just absolutely amazing.
Stunning.
They're going to hit a little earlier. One thing I want to mention, go to google.com or any of the Google, just like to search. Every state has what time their colors are coming this year.
That's
They've
great.
already got it mapped out. So it's kind of a little quick, easy tip to know where to go and where you want to be. Michigan, my home state, that's my favorite color place to go. Like there's the Jeep getting covered in all the beautiful leaves.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Just driving down the street. This is Muncie Falls. It's up by Pictured Rock. It's in the UP. That's Pictured Rock. I mean, the colors, the beach. You can hit the beach, the rocks, the falls, all in the same place.
Hitting lots of seasons.
That's right, yes.
But I will say about the Midwest, just in case anybody wants to go to the Ozarks, where I'm originally from, I think it's about the 3rd week in October is where we start to hit our colors. And I know that, to your point, rain has a little bit to do with it. What temperatures have done has a bit to do with it. So a really good tip to check things out online.
Yes.
Because you don't want to get there 2 weeks early.
Or 2 weeks late.
Or 2 weeks late.
Yes.
All right. And then Park City, Utah, you did just want to give kind of an honorable mention to, because it kind of pops up in these top lists.
It does. You wouldn't think Utah, but Park City is in the top 5 of all the lists I was checking out. So definitely maybe make a trip to Park City. They've got, hit it for the leaves, go back for the snow, and it's a great place to go.
She's got a catchphrise and everything. I like that. And then, of course, you always bring things to help us along with the journey.
Yes.
So first, let's talk about this is, not a joke, y'all. This is not just for show. This is what Adina takes.
This is my bag. This is what I take. So I've talked about this little teapot. This is my savior. Everywhere I go, look, it's expandable. It goes back down. You just put water in it. You plug it in, turn it on. You have hot water. You could make soup. I always take miso soup with me. I take like a microwavable rice. What's cool about this kit is you can take this on the airplane. There's nothing in here that goes against what they have, their rules, because I'm learning that, people.
Right. She has been a road tripper for a long time. Now she's starting to fly and learn some of the rules.
And this is a collapsible coffee cup.
Oh, that's clever.
How cool is that? And then this one is a collapsible bowl, which you can microwave or just put your hot stuff into. And of course, the lid is like completely stuck. But it kind of reminds me of those dog bowls, like the water bowls. See, and it comes in a whole bunch of
if you're flying with your
size.
pooch or driving with your pooch, there's no problems there.
And this one I found because my husband loves brisket, but you could pack a little meat pouch, maybe tuna or brisket. He says it's really good. So
really?
How cool is that?
I got a positive review from Vern,
husband,
and then talk to me about just this little silverware kit.
Because on the airplane, I had plasticware one time. Of course, I'm learning right as I'm going, and because there's a knife in there, you can't take that on an airplane.
Oh.
You could pack it, but I don't usually take I always carry on. So this is a nice little spoon and fork that you can take on, and the
just in case
straw.
They forgot to put it in the bag when you ran through and purchased the burger at the very last second or whatever
oatmeal,
it is.
All the fun stuff. So this is the coolest thing here.
Yeah. Okay. And this is something to do on these little road trips or flying trips, whatever you do. It's a great subscription.
It is. It's a subscription puzzle company, and they send it to you. It's called I'm going to mess up the name here. But completing the puzzle. What's cool about it is they send you this pouch. You could take this with you Once you're done with the puzzle, you ship it back, and the little thing they send you a new puzzle.
It's almost like the library or something like that.
I know.
It's pretty cool.
But then we
Okay.
don't have all these puzzles stacking up.
I think it's a nice family pastime and some good tips today, Adina. Thank you.
you.
All right, to get more ideas on an upcoming fall getaway, doesn't that sound nice? Get connected with Adina at creativelifestyles.tv or visit travellifewithadina.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Groundworks. Groundworks helps homeowners with their foundation repair, crawl space, and concrete lifting needs. Their top priority is providing high-quality home repair solutions and personalized service to local homeowners. Certified Field Inspector Devin Stelzik is here to tell us more. Devin, what causes those cracks, those pits, that sinking concrete? Gives you kind of that sinking feeling that folks might see around their home.
For sure. So sinking concrete often comes from the soil underneath of it. So during our summer months when we get a lot of sun and it starts to dry out our soil, that on top of being washed away from rain is a big culprit of that. General wear and tear and harsh weather conditions can also cause our concrete to crack and chip up.
So why is it so important to make sure you get concrete fixed? In addition to the fact that you're kind of on a time crunch, it's the fact that you want to keep people safe.
Yeah, so just like you said, tripping concrete, when you've got family and friends coming over for the summertime and everybody's playing around in the backyard, that sinking concrete can definitely be a tripping hazard. So it's good to make sure you keep your safety of your friends and family as your top priority and get that addressed.
Yeah, stand out from the crowd by having really good foundation.
Really nice concrete.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's talk about the types of solutions that are available that y'all offer and how long lasting they are.
So for concrete, we have a polyurethane solution. So what's great about a polyurethane is it's effective in 15 minutes.
Wow.
It's much less evasive than, mud jacking or total concrete replacement of ripping everything out and pouring it brand new, because those don't address the root causes. So our solution, it's cured in 15 minutes. It has a 5-year industry-leading warranty on that. And so it's not going to leach into the soils, the drinking water, or any animals or anything that may come in contact with it. It's completely safe for that. All of our projects usually take about half of a day to 1 full day to take care of. Our experts are going to come out there, inject our polyurethane in there, get those tripping hazards taken care of, seal our control joints and our cracks, and give you a long-lasting finish on that.
That sounds good to me. And so if someone's watching today, they've maybe had that kind of feeling of, oh no, I'm starting to see some cracks. How do they get in touch with you? How does the process start?
So for us, you can reach out to us online or over the phone. You set up a free inspection. We'll send one of our certified field inspectors out to the home, and they're going to do a really good job inspecting the driveway or your home if it's for your foundation. And they're going to come up with a solution for you right then and there and leave you with an estimate before they leave.
Awesome. All right, Devin, thank you so much for your time.
Rosie, it's my pleasure.
Get started on fixing concrete around your home with a free inspection today. Learn more at groundworks.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Groundworks. A former Texas Longhorn and Kansas City Chiefs linebacker, Derek Johnson, has joined forces with his better half, Brittany, and the couple has just released their first children's book called Super DJ Saves Field Day. Derek joins us now in the studio to tell us more about the message behind this story and how athletics has shaped the way that he approaches giving back. And we're happy to have him. Nice to have a little celebrity in this studio, Derek. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, you've just written this little children's book. You said a lot of work, a lot of effort, starting about 1 or 2 years ago, and it's just gotten out there on shelves. So tell us what this book is about.
Man, Super DJ Saves Field Day is it's one of those things that's near and dear to my heart. Me and my wife were thinking, man, we're in the philanthropy world. Why not give the kids something that they can be proud of and give them a lot of wisdom in this book? So this book is about Super DJ is a dad turned hero who helps kids overcome challenges just whatever challenges that they have throughout school or whatever, and just to help them to find their own superpowers by working hard and doing their best. So there's a lot of interactions in here that allows them to have more character, have more humility, be able to handle bullies, face their fears. I put it all in this book so they can really, really hone in on how to be good boys and good girls.
Well, and I'm so glad that you brought up several of your talking points, because it's not about being the best, which was the expectation for you growing up and achieving, your pro NFL dreams. Yeah. It's their best. And so can you talk to me about kind of the emotional support that you're trying to give through this book?
Man, in this book, Super DJ is their encourager. He's their cheerleader. He's on their side. He's rooting for them, and just making sure that they know that their best is enough. Like, if you put your best foot forward, and sometimes your best is third place, right? Sometimes your best is a B+ on a test. That's your best. You can be proud of that, and just knowing that everybody's best looks a little bit different, but as long as you put your best foot forward, man, you can be very proud.
Get out there and try. Okay, I want to hear about why you and Brittany, decided to write this story. And between you, 6 kids, yeah. So you are parents a couple times over. Yeah. Talk to us about what you wanted to teach young people in this book.
Well, having 6 kiddos is a big deal for our family, and just knowing,
hats off, by the way.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's very busy at the Johnson house, but I tell you what, we love kids, and being in the philanthropy world, you got to cater to kids. You have to. They're the new generation. They're the generation that's going to go forward, and they're going to change things. So why not, if we have that influence, why not give them all the wisdom that we can, and just to usher and guide them the right way. And me and my wife, we work tirelessly on this book to make sure we put the right wisdom in there so kids can just look to this as a guide on how to behave in school and out of school.
And still have fun while they're reading it.
Absolutely.
I have a feeling that this character might be inspired by someone in this room. I'm not convinced you have a cape at home, but it's got to feel good for, the dad to be the one to swoop in and say, hey, I've got some great life advice, because not always do kids want to listen to mom and dad.
Absolutely, absolutely. This does help the kiddos to say, hey, daddy was a big deal, especially my little kids. I have to kind of convince them to tell them, hey, Daddy was pretty big time back in the day. I got a Superman tattoo for a reason. So it's kind of cool to see their faces light up and see themselves and relate to this book. It's kind of cool.
Absolutely, and I didn't know about the Superman tattoo, so that's a nice tie-in as well. All right, of course, folks are seeing you in a certain shade of orange this morning, of course, representing UT for the rest of time. Yep. Talk to us a little bit about your career in football. You told me you wanted to start from a very young age.
I did. I was one of those kids that you say, hey, Derek, what do you want to be when you grow up? Professional football player. A lot of kids say that, right? And then when you have the opportunity to actually make it happen, and I was fortunate enough to be a parade All-American in high school, and then have the opportunity to play for Mac Brown at the University of Texas. I won a bunch of awards, Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year, Nagurski Award winning, which is the best defensive player in the nation, Buckets Award, which is the best linebacker in the nation. I was first round picked to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2005.
Yes. Go Chiefs!
Yeah.
Sorry to let that slip, everybody.
I played 13 years for them, and I'm the all-time leading tackler in Chiefs history. So God has really blessed me to have a great influence, and this is why I do philanthropy work. This is why I make children's book. This is why I'm here on this earth, to serve that purpose.
Oh, it's wonderful. And after that time in KC, you decided to come back. You're originally from Waco, but you guys have settled now here in Austin. We're thrilled to have you, by the way.
Thank you so much.
And you've started the Defend the Dream Foundation, and it's focusing on literacy equity. Will you talk to me about what that piece means?
Yeah, my foundation, Defend the Dream Foundation, caters to inner city kids through education. So low income areas, Title I elementary schools, we go in and we do library makeovers, and we patent the name of DJ's Discovery Den. So we have 6 here right now. We'll have 7 in October. So each semester we do a DJ's Discovery Den. And
look at how cool that is.
Yeah, nice paint on the wall. Functional furniture, and then over 1,000 1,000 age-appropriate books for these kids. And I tell you what, man, this is something that's really dear to my heart. My mom's a school teacher for over 40 years. So when you talk about where do I get the passion from, I know education and literacy is the key to their success, and philanthropy is what we do.
Absolutely. That changes the trajectory of kids' lives,
really
the amount
does.
of reading that they can do, and we want to keep them engaged and interested in it. I want to tell people at home, it's about $60,000 to overhaul one of those libraries.
Right. That is so correct. When you have Kendra Scott and Giant Noise, and you got Morgan Stanley, you got a bunch of people in Austin just all pouring in because they know how important education is. So yeah, $60,000 for each These Age Discovery Den, and we're on our 7th one in the last 3 years.
I was going to say, who is number 7? Who's about to receive?
Palm Elementary.
Palm Elementary.
Yes,
Good
Palm
for you,
Elementary.
Palm Elementary. But of course, we'll be looking for the 8th after that. So how
Absolutely.
can we support your charitable work?
Absolutely. DerekJohnsonFoundation.org. That's where you can go if you want to donate. If this touches your heart and you have a purpose for kids to learn and have more books in their libraries, especially Title I elementary schools, DerekJohnsonFoundation.org, and you can help.
Sounds good to me. Derek, not only congratulations on everything you've accomplished, but thank you so much for giving back.
Thank you, Rosie.
All right. Learn more about supporting Derek's Defend the Dream Foundation at DerekJohnsonFoundation.org, like you heard him say. And you can order a copy of his brand new book, Super DJ Saves the Day, at SuperDJSavesFieldDay.com. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. As summer sizzles, homeowners aren't the only ones at risk when air conditioning units fail. Our pets are often silent victims of rising indoor temps. Vic Fredland with Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical is here to talk to us about keeping our furry friends safe in the Texas heat as part of our Clear the Shelters initiative, and we're happy to have them as our partners. So Vic, let's start with the #1 mistake that pet owners make that can put animals at risk.
It's probably going to be that they turn the thermostat either off when they leave for work or for the day, or that they just turn the temperature up too high. They're trying to save money by turning the thermostat up higher, but then they don't realize how warm it's getting in the house.
So what should someone do if maybe, for example, their AC shorts out, they're away, and they know their pets are at home?
So if they know the AC is not working, if they have some kind of Wi-Fi thermostat or something that would give them the indication that it's not functioning, if they're too far away, or if the time would take too long for them to get home, then have neighbors or relative or somebody that can go check on the animals, maybe move them to their house, get them out of the heat. But that would be it until they can get a service company out and get us out there to look at it.
How can folks keep, for example, older pets comfy, or pets that are, for example, huskies, something like that with a big thick fur coat, comfy without going into high electricity bills?
So one of the things you can do is, if you have sun coming into parts of the house through windows, close the drapes, close the blinds, try to keep that sun out. That's going to heat the air up even faster in the house. Have a ceiling fan, or if you have an oscillating fan, have that in an area where it's directing airflow across the animal, if they're crated, or where their bed is. If you can put maybe some ice cubes in the water, keep the water cooler, that may or may not help.
There might be some red flags that people might be noticing around the house right now that they may not even realize is truly an HVAC issue. So what would some of those look like?
Things like noise. If it's making a lot more noise than normal, both from a squeaking mechanical noise, or even if you're having airflow issues where you hear less air than what you should, or if a coil's starting to freeze up, you're going to hear a lot of pressurized air because it's trying to get through ice. If it's not cooling enough, sometimes it even cool a little bit, you're understanding that maybe it's cooling, but it's getting muggy. Because one of the things an air conditioner does is it dehumidifies.
And you guys offer a really good deal here, a $79 tune-up.
Yes, ma'am.
You come out and you check out to see, how the HVAC unit is
Correct.
doing. If someone's watching today, they're interested in that special, they just want to know how to get started, what would you say?
Just give us a call. Let us know you want to get your system tune-up or an inspection. We'll come out and take a look at it and let you know you're either good to go or what issues you need to be concerned with.
Sounds good to me. Thank you so much for your time, Vic.
Thank you very much.
Abacus says you can count on us. Learn more at abacusplumbing.com. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical. The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program, Beats, Bites, and Flights. You don't have to leave Austin flavor behind when you're traveling through AUS. Today we're highlighting 2 local spots that are legends here in Austin, serving up iconic eats and bold sips. It's Rudamaya Coffee and Thundercloud Subs. General Manager Lauren Cantu is here to tell us more. Lauren, if you wouldn't mind, let's start by talking about Thundercloud. You guys are celebrating a big year this year.
Yeah, 50 years. We've been in Austin starting in 1975. Now we've grown into more than 20 locations, not just here in Austin, but in the greater Austin area as well.
You talk about it being an Austin institution, and it truly is. So can you tell me about how y'all support Austinites at Thundercloud?
Working with Thundercloud over 10 years, not just in the airport, but outside the airport. Worked with many musicians. We love to employ musicians, artists, all types of creative people. Every Thanksgiving, we have the turkey trot where over the past 30 years, we've raised over $5 million for Caritas of Austin.
I want to talk to you about some of your fan favorite subs because I've got what I just ordered, a turkey and cheese.
Oh yeah, California Clubs also like probably our #1 seller. It's avocado, turkey, bacon. Can't go wrong there. My personal favorite is probably the Austin Club. It's smoked chicken. It's really similar, but it's smoked chicken and avocado bacon.
We've talked a lot about the eat side. Let's get into Rudamaya Coffee, especially because I want to talk about the fact that Rudamaya really has a mission behind its purpose. Talk to me about that.
Everything in Rudamaya is grown organically in Chiapas, Mexico, and then roasted here in Austin, Texas. So it's shade grown, it's whole bean, it's custom roasted daily, and every time you get a drink from us, we're going to grind the beans right there, and you're going to get the freshest coffee experience you can have, I believe, in the airport, and I'm kind of a coffee snob myself. Yeah.
And it's certified organic. You can see it on all the labels, and I want to make sure we talk about that because you can kind of buy and take with these bean bags up front.
Oh yeah, they're great for gifts if you just need to grab a gift from the airport, or great to just stock up on quality coffee for yourself. I always keep a bunch at home for myself because I definitely need them for working.
Once you've worked here, you know.
Even before I was working here, I knew this was the place to go for coffee.
This is the place to go, and in fact, you've put together a little espresso with Rudamaya Coffee.
Yeah.
So cheers to you, my friend.
Rosie.
Come hungry, leave caffeinated, and most of all, eat local at AUS. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program, Beats, Bites, and Flights. Content segments during Studio 512 were paid for by Purina, Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical, and Austin Bergstrom International Airport's food and retail program.